What you listening to, son?
The Greyecraftian presidential platform. JC Greyecraft here became President Greyecraft. I do have a platform. It's written out, it's typed out, and one of them involves term limits. What the fuck?
What you listening to, son?
Sweet! Alright, cool. Sorry, there was something going on in the background that I completely forgot about. Looks like I have a new video to upload. Hell yes, dude. Where was I?
What you listening to, son?
President Greyecraft. Term limits. Term limits. But it's not just because career politicians are fucking annoying. If you think about it, Bernie Sanders is a career politician. I'm not annoyed by him, so it's not really about that. And he is getting up there in age. So there is a little bit of a conflict in me upholding this principle. But, all in all, probably with a few exceptions like Bernie, because, you know, left is best. Term limits should be, must be, based upon age. Period. In my humble opinion, which is not very humble at all. I think that if 18 is the age where a child is no longer a child, but a legal adult recognized as such by the US government, okay, then that means it's around that time when the next generation is starting to grow up. It's starting to, if not be born, are growing out of toddler age and into like young kid age, and they're going to school, they're in first, second, third grade, yada, yada, yada. If 18 is the age of legality, then 18 years as a political term in the House of Representatives or the Senate, that's your fucking limit. Why? Because if you are Dianne Feinstein, you are out of fucking touch and apparently mentally unfit and can't remember people's fucking names. Why the fuck is Dianne Feinstein still in there? Get the fuck out! You're old as fuck! Jesus Christ!
According to a startling new report from the San Francisco Chronicle, multiple Democratic lawmakers, multiple former aides, and of course several officials from the Democratic Party in the state of California all say that Dianne Feinstein, Democratic senator from the state of California, is mentally unfit to continue serving in the United States Senate. Mentally unfit. Now that's a pretty serious accusation to make against an individual. But according to one of the lawmakers, who of course spoke on the condition of anonymity, she recently had a conversation with Dianne Feinstein. And throughout the conversation, which she says lasted about an hour, she had to introduce herself multiple times to the senator. Throughout the conversation, the senator had no idea who she was talking to, didn't know this person. And then when told who she was, okay, everything was fine, but then later on didn't recognize her again in the middle of a conversation. And this isn't somebody, by the way, that she met just prior to the conversation. This is actually somebody who has worked with Dianne Feinstein for years.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't know her, didn't recognize her. So if this story is true, then yeah, Feinstein needs to go.
Yeah, first of all, that's sad. She needs to be put in a home and taken care of. Like, to be fair, you know, let's put her in like the best home that we can, okay? because like she's old as fuck. Like, yeah, and that's sad. You know, why are there no term limits? There's a time when the old generation has to pass the torch to the new, and this is something else that I've always argued for. This is why I would set term limits at every 18, 20 years tops. You know, it's because at that point, like, there is a new generation. There are more new young people with fresh new ideas, perspectives, and perceptions on what future course they believe that the nation should take. If we really value democracy, then we need to value those who are going to be around the longest the most. Because, like, we got to be around to deal with this shit the longest. You know? Dianne Feinstein is like, what? What was her birth date? Oh my god. Dianne Feinstein, born June 22nd, 1933. She's old as fuck! She's old as... Imagine the huge difference between 1933 and 2022. The bitch is fucking 90 years old. There's such a huge difference between the fucking 30s of the 20th century and the 20s of the 21st century. It's literally almost a century. It's so old. It's so fucking old, dude. We can't be having old people. Bernie Sanders is 80 years old. Still as sharp as could ever fucking be. Because I'm definitely biased and I'm not fucking hiding that. I don't care. You're biased because it's Bernie. Bernie's your dude. Yeah, you're right. He's also mentally fit to still do his job. And he gives a fuck about young people. So, fuck you. If there comes a point within the next decade, which it probably will happen, that Bernie becomes mentally unfit to do his job, then yes, I want him out. No different than Dianne Feinstein, okay? Young people want Medicare for all. Young people want education for all. Young people want to house the homeless. Young people want our taxes to go to better places that benefit us solely. And young people want the working class to be more empowered. Everything that Bernie advocates for. And he's also not mentally unfit. He's pretty mentally sharp still for 80 fucking years old, which says something. He's not forgetting someone's name, or probably even the fact that they exist, even momentarily, while conversating with that individual. Random thing I just learned, starfish are edible. Okay.
I am not doing this segment to in any way mock or demean Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah, let's get that clear too real quick. We're not like, she's not valued less as a human being just because she's old. It's just fucking it's inefficient. It's just inefficient. It doesn't work. Would you trust me if I was the best surgeon on the planet even? If I was why are we talking about starfish still? If I was the best surgeon on the planet, and I said, yo, brain surgery, heart surgery, butthole surgery, penile surgery, vaginal surgery, and more butthole surgery, I can do it. I'm your guy. I can do it. Everyone would flock to me. I could do so many surgeries, save so many people's lives. You could use some butthole surgery. You know, that is something I am an expert in. It requires my penis. I'm 30 years old in June. Let's say I've been going to med school for the past, like, 12 years, since right out of fucking high school. I've got a PhD in this shit. Greatest surgeon on the planet. I'm making buku bucks, by the way. Buku. Surgeons make a lot of fucking money. I do this shit for the next 40, 50, 60 years. I'm 90 years old. Still doing surgery. Been mentally sharp, mentally fit, and physically fit to do this very important and delicate job, saving thousands, hundreds of thousands potentially, of lives. If I forget your name 3, 4, 5 times in the middle of a conversation with you, the same conversation, do you want me to do surgery on you? No! Why the fuck is Dianne Feinstein still in there? It's not a matter of demeaning or mocking. It's not a matter of like, oh, she fucking old people. You don't, you can't, you're not, you literally, the chemicals in your brain are literally not working. Just get the fuck out. Go to a home, retire. It doesn't serve young people who are going to be the ones to stick around this bitch the longest, the most. It doesn't help us at all. And if you give a fuck about your children and grandchildren, even the slightest bit, then it is your duty to get the fuck out.
But she is currently 88 years old. She's going to turn 89 in summer.
89.
Her term doesn't end until 2024.
91.
Now, we have also had reports of a pharmacist in Washington, D.C. admitting that he has filled Alzheimer's prescriptions for members of Congress. Now, didn't name any names, but of course, at the time, this report, I think, came out in 2017, or not report, but this admission. Feinstein was, of course, one of the people that folks assumed was getting these prescriptions filled. Now,
2017 was 5 years ago! Oh my god! Get these old fucks out! Get them out! Get them out! Get them out right now! Oh my god, that is horrifying! Jesus Christ! Why do they say, oh, it's the fucking money! It's the money, that's why they stick around. Because they're so selfish. Probably not all of them, but they're probably, it's one of the, at least a contributing factor, it's gotta be, Republicans, Democrats, doesn't fucking matter. So selfish. They'd rather get their lobbyist fucking money instead of just facing reality. I'm too old to do this fucking job. I gotta fucking move on. Spend time with my family that I probably also can't remember.
my grandmother, by the way, just turned 80 years old. She's going through dementia, where she doesn't recognize people. She didn't recognize her own kids. You know, good days and bad days. Some days are great, normal fun. Some days she will forget to eat if you do not tell her to eat.
That's fucking
And that's
sad.
what happens. She has no other health problems at all. Her mind is slipping, though. And it's very sad to watch this happen. She lives about 5 minutes from me. And so it is a sad story. And that is, of course, what these individuals are saying about Dianne Feinstein. But at some point, you do have to cut them off. You know, my grandmother, I don't know why that came out like that, but my grandmother is obviously not serving in the United States Senate.
Right.
Dianne Feinstein is. And if these stories are accurate, if this is what Feinstein is going through, then she needs to be removed from office if she will not step down. There's no shame in it, right? And I know when this story came out yesterday, obviously everybody on Twitter is like, oh, now do Republican Ron Johnson. Sure, it's not just Feinstein.
Yeah.
But we're not getting reports like this about any other lawmaker. Right. Okay, let's not distract people. Let's not do the what about. Let's not do the what ifs. Let's not do, as one person did on Twitter, say that, oh, well, staff does most of the work anyway, so what does it matter? It matters a whole hell of a lot. Feinstein needs to go.
Yeah.
She needed to go a long time ago. She's been in office for 30 years as of this year. 30 years.
Yeah.
And
since I was
the other part of it is,
since I was born.
you know, they don't want to concede that power.
Yep.
They don't want to give it up. They don't want to make way for the next generation of leaders, and they need to. They have to.
What the fuck did I just say? Can we give a round of applause? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Farron Cousins. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was so over the top. That was so unnecessary. He's fucking right. What did I just say? They're just taking up space uselessly. Uselessly. Like, it's not about you anymore, dude. There's 327.6 million Americans in this country. That's a whole fuck ton of us, dude. Get the fuck out. It's our turn. Communism, blah. So the fuck what? You're gonna die. You're not gonna give a fuck. You're not gonna be alive. And if we fuck up, we fuck up. That's on us. It's not on you. That's not your responsibility anymore. God damn it, dude.
It's not like Feinstein is in a swing state where we don't know if it's going to be a Republican or a Democrat that takes the seat. Yeah, we know what California is going to send to the Senate. It's not going to be a Republican. There's no downside to this, and there's no shame in it. And that's what Feinstein needs to understand. Those who care about her family, it's y'all's job to do this. This report should never have been able to have come out because you should have done this earlier. You know what she's capable of. You've seen what's happening to her. It is your responsibility now. That's what happens. Just like it's, my parents' responsibility and my aunts and uncles to help take care of my grandmother going through the same thing. It's the life cycle here in the United States. But Feinstein cannot continue to serve. If these stories are accurate, she has to step down, and if she refuses to do it, she has to be removed.
I feel bad for his situation with his grandmother. Hopefully it ends painlessly. Why can't these people just learn to fucking retire? I mean, my God, go fishing or something. Take up woodworking, something. My grandfather had that too. It wasn't fun. Like, we had to put my grandfather in a nursing home after my aunt had a conversation with him on a bad day where he couldn't figure out to cook a pork chop. But he was like a grill master. I'm gonna take a wild guess, probably. Couldn't remember how to cook a pork chop. Dementia ain't no fucking joke. Alzheimer's ain't no fucking joke. He couldn't figure out how to cook at all. Oh, that's scary, dude. That is... Listen, I'm going to be sticking around for a while, okay? I would like to be the grandpa commie for the internet. I might do this shit for a long fucking time. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You can give a fuck in my mouth. Give me your dick. If it ever comes to a point, I could see me doing a career like this. You know? Being the Rush Limbaugh of the left. Oh wait, there's Vosh Limbaugh. That's already taken. Sean Hannity of the left. Yo, I could be the Hannity of the left. Except I don't lie. If there ever comes a time, man, and it'll be obvious on stream, can we please let my mods, let my employees maybe at the time, I don't fucking know, let everyone in my closest of orbits, let them know that I've got an issue, because I don't want to live anymore at that point. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't care if I'm 69 or 99. I started with 69 because funny sex number. If I start developing mental unfitness, just take me out. Just like literally, I might just write a will tomorrow saying, if I develop mental unfitness like Alzheimer's or dementia, just take me out. And then my signature. So if you end up like Joe Biden, worse than Joe Biden, like if I'm forgetting people who the fuck they are in the middle of a conversation multiple times, take me out. Take me the fuck out. Like Joe Biden, he's got cognitive decline. There is no denial there. He's got good days and bad days. But it's not Dianne fucking Feinstein, apparently, or apparently 5 or 6 other Congress people who are currently on Alzheimer's medication. At that point, I would want to pass on the Greyecraftian torch. Maybe we'll be a online conglomerate for socialism, communism, and anarchism. I would pass on. Be like, hey, man, you're the new host. You're the new host. Carry on the cult. Carry on the cult. You are now the cult leader. And then we could be a religion! Genius!